How's it gaming, guys? I'm PhilInTheBlanks, and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We just found some handprints. Ooh. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant.
Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal.
What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid.
Where'd you get your hands on that?
Huh?
I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief.
Where did you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I better jot this down on the floor plans. Anywhere else? Nothing around here. And then, of course, it'll be here. Oh, on the floor. I didn't even notice. I knew it. This is someone's right handprint.
What?
What's the matter, Detective?
This locker. It's mine.
It's yours?
Please. You have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals?
Oh, gumshoe. This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans.
I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police.
What? But you're a detective. And down here. There we go. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, Detective?
Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien.
This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans.
Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Hey, pal, look at the time.
Was there something you needed to be going to?
It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to give them my report for the day.
So, right here, just random restaurant thing. Actually, is a character from the second game. And earlier on, when we first came into this area, that locker with the handprint was open. And you could see a picture of someone on there, too. And that was also a character from the second game. So I like this kind of like they're hinting at people from the second game. Because, again, this case was made to bridge game 1 and 2, so I like that a lot.
It might help, you know.
Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems?
Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him.
Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe?
I'm off, pal. Later.
I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Alright, I guess we're done here. Let's get out of here, and we'll go to his office, I guess. Get out of my way, Marshall. Get out of my way, Blue Badger. Get out of my way, Angel Star. Get out of my way.
You?
That I didn't actually expect at all. Ah, guests. My apologies. I have no idea what voice I gave him. Like, this was 3 cases ago. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. All right, bye. Wow, was really random. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Except, not really.
Right.
He has the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry?
I am.
By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you.
Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems.
Really? Was it helpful?
Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow.
The real info's on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. So, how did the inquiry committee go?
Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation.
Concealing evidence?
Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again.
Again?
I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago.
Are you okay for the trial tomorrow?
Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However,
something happened.
They gave control of the investigation over to the police department.
The police department?
Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Ghent.
I can do nothing but wait for his result. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still, wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Well, let's present him with the ID card list, I'd assume, considering he's on it. Oh, right, I better check this now. As I was saying, exclamation mark, what's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into that evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? Oh, he wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I better make note of it. Screwdriver, evidence from a past case of Edgeworth's, brought back to his office by Gant's request. Geez, we're like 3 cases in this one case now. Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Sorry, man. Let's show him the blade knife. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident, and some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth. Okay, Edgeworth. Why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Allegations of forgery. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too, then. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win our trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, no need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Fingerprinting set recovers fingerprints from handprints for comparison with fingerprint file. Cool. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Oh, I wonder where. Maybe in the evidence room. Let's go back. Oh, Angel Star's gone. Blue Badger's still there. Marshall's gone. Because they really want to make sure that you didn't have to, don't worry, you don't have to talk to a billion people. Just keep going. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood on the detective... Here, in this blood on the Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Holy crap. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Oh. So in the DS version, you'd tap the screen to lay the powder, and then you'd actually blow in the microphone and blow it away. It's a pretty cute idea. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. I mean, yes, you can. It's clearly the pointer finger, the index finger. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. This one. Maybe the thumb. There's also this one, by the way. Look at that. You see it. It's pretty clearly there. Dust, I guess. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With the A button, see? Should be the stylus, but okay. Ah, looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? You know how to blow, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You just put your lips together and whistle. That's the opposite of what it actually is, whatever. With the Y button. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to, though. Again, the writing's made for the DS there, so it sounds really weird. It's fine, it won't go up your nose or anything. Just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. These are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I better give it a try. Just everywhere! And then blow. Ooh. Let's keep going, I guess. Aha, you did it! You found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely. Yeah, right there. It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Right there. Dust, 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 dust. Dust, 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 blow, 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 blow. Ooh, there we go. Is that good enough? No, not yet. Really? Jeez. You think that would be good enough? There we go. Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling. Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet. This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth, and point out the person you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So, whose fingerprints would we most likely find in this evidence locker? Probably Gumshoe, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, it's his specifically. Comparing. My goodness, that has a rating of 16, whatever that means. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what. Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Yeah, it was over here, actually, wasn't it? I don't remember what it was, though, but let's go to our court record. Use luminol. Oh, whoops. That's not good. Oh, I can't use it like that. Let's use the luminol again, then? There we go. Okay, so... Can I not examine it? Did I just do it like that? Okay, there we go. It's like, how do I get this going? This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right? Right! There was a handprint here. Okay, want to try using this? There go her eyes sparkling again. Why would you leave it be? Of course check for prints, my gosh. Okay, let's check for prints. Okay, let's check for prints. That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability for our hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. It's like here-ish. You really gotta lay the dust down. Just trigger finger, make it all white. White as snow. Is that good enough? Oh, no. Up here. And down here. There we go. And who? Nope. Jake Marshall. Ooh, and he's not a detective anymore, so he shouldn't be around here, especially with a bloody handprint. Hey, these fingerprints, whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? Marshall's fingerprints found on a bloody handprint left in the evidence room. The print has been wiped. That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma, this is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped bloodstain. But why would Officer Marshall... It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. Aww. Well, I guess we'll find out when we go to the trial. With that, I'm PhilInTheBlanks. I'll see you guys next level. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to know when the next episode is up. If you want to support my channel, share some videos with some friends and consider supporting me on Patreon.